You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello and welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast that's suitable for all ages from... to... and everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and this week, listeners, I've got a bit of a game for you all. Do you like games? Games are great, aren't they? Even board games, which aren't boring. I guess maybe you have to be bored to play them. Is that how it works? I wonder if that was a trick to keep them safe in the wild. If a lion was like, I'm not going to eat that, it's bored. And then actually it wasn't bored. Anyway, computer games I like, board games, sports games, role-playing games where you say things like, I am a wizard elf and I conjure up a spell to turn your shoes into capybaras. And then I roll like a 46-sided dice and I get the wrong number and then I get turned into a capybara or something like that. And then there's puzzle games and there's origames, which is when you make stuff out of paper. I'm sure that's how you say it. And then you get pots of strawberry gams and raspberry gams to have on toast with peanut butter. Linda, have I forgotten any types of games, Linda? Anyway, this week I have got some amazing Spot the Difference games just for you. You know those games, right? You have like two things and one of them will have some differences and you have to spot what the differences are. You know, like spot with your eyes, I mean, not like giving them measles or something like that. But I think a game where you have to spot stuff with your eyes is absolutely perfect for an audio podcast like this. And I've been working on these all week, so I'm pretty sure you're going to like them. Here's the first one. Are you ready? Spot the difference. Greyballs. Greyballs. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Yes, that's right. The second time I said Greyballs, I was wearing a hat and I wasn't carrying a bowl of custard. Okay, that one was easy, listeners. No wonder you all got it. This one, though, is a little bit harder, okay? So keep those eyes peeled. Are you ready? Spot the difference. You can have a couple of seconds and see if you can spot that difference. Have you got it? Have you got it? Yeah, that is right. The first sound was made by a bike horn and the second sound was made by a goose holding a bike horn. Anyway, probably a bit easy for you. Let me try this one. Okay, ready? Spot the difference. My bagel is upside down.
My bagel is upside down.
Did you spot it? I'll give you a couple of seconds. Yes, that's right. The first time was me saying it while closing my left eye and wearing a red t-shirt. And the second time was Blah Blah saying it while she closed her right eye and wore a green t-shirt and was sitting on a pig.
Am I allowed to come to the Comedy Club for Kids HQ again now, pleasey please?
No, go away. Thanks for your help. Okay, so there's more to come, but first up, listeners, I need to very quickly check the mailbag. Ooh, what's this? This says, Hello, Tiernan. We started listening to Radio Nonsense in 2024 from the beginning. Wow, from episode 1. And we're finally about to catch up with you. Will you read out this message before we are your timeline? Will Blah Blah be back before we catch up? Only a few to go. We are coming for you. Oh my goodness, that's a bit scary. From Zach and Rory, combined age of 16. But are both of us 8 or one of us 1 and the other 15? Neither. Wow. Thanks, Zach and Rory. I can't believe you've listened to all of Radio Nonsense in just 2 years. That is a lot. And if I had some sort of badge to award people for incredible Radio Nonsense listening, I would send one right to you. But I don't, so maybe just squish a green pea into your jumper and tell everyone it's actually a very special badge. Have you caught up by this episode? I hope so. And in answer to your question, Blah Blah will definitely not be coming back before you catch up. Go away. And I also reckon that if you have the combined age of 16, I think one of you is 32 and the other one is minus 16. Am I right? And if any of the rest of you would like to send in a message or a question that you need to have answered, or anything else at all, please get your nearest drooling nashgab, grown up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. You can also give the show a nice review on Apple Podcast or Castbox, or reply to any episode on the Spotify Q&A. Please also check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk for all of our live shows. And if you are a listener in the UK and I believe Ireland too, then check out Duck and Frog on CBBC and the BBC iPlayer. It is an excellently ridiculous and very, very, very funny cartoon. And I wrote 2 of the episodes, Library and Dog Walker. And in fact, a couple of the comedians that you've heard on the show wrote some of the other episodes too. So give the series a watch. I think you will enjoy a lot. Please check it out. Even more games for you listeners soon. But first, here is this week's most importantest bit. I am so pleased to welcome back to Radio Nonsense the brilliant Abby Waumbaugh, known by all of the world as the creator of the Brunch Chunch, the extra meal that you can have in between brunch and lunch. Abby, it is so nice to have you here, and may I say thank you for inventing the Brunch Chunch, because it's made every day of my life better.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome, and I think that we can all say, like, yeah, there was a good half hour there where we were going hungry. But no longer.
Yes. I think, I mean, what do people say about food? Is like little and often? I don't know. Maybe people just say eat so you don't die. I can't remember what it is, but I like the fact sometimes there's a time in the day and I'm like, I'm not eating.
Yeah.
What's gone wrong?
And stop immediately. And whenever you notice that, stop, drop, and roll.
Yes. Have a roll,
like
or
roll
just
with
roll,
some
right.
cheese on it.
Yeah. That's good. That's really what made you choose that point? Because brunches brunch used to be like a hey, let's meet for brunch. It's so cool, and now everyone brunching all over the place. You chose that specific time. I mean, what made you go for that instead of the weird time between lunch and dinner?
Well, I think that it's kind of clear socially what you want to get out of a work brunch, and that is just like a brief catch up. This can't be a meeting. This can't be like, I actually don't want to hear that much about what's going on in your life. This is like we have to get this eaten, get the bill paid before we go to our lunch. So I think that it's like when you're invited to a brunch, then what you need to know is that person does care about you, cares enough to like leave their house on the way to the next thing that they're going to. But like keep it short, whatever. When they say, how are you? This is a time for a 1-word answer.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I mean, I didn't, I'm a bit worried now because I hadn't been having brunch as a work thing. I'd just been eating by myself.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
And that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, you just have to call it the name still. You can eat anytime you want, as long as you are using the name I've made up for the meal that you're eating. Right, I don't have a problem with it.
That's great. Well, I was using it. That was my worry, was I wasn't getting any work done because I was just eating.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering if I should have been at least shouting like book a meeting, and then while like shoving egg in my face or something, you know.
That's good. Yeah. I think. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do, except for this one specific thing I'm going to be telling you to do.
Right. Sure.
Which is eating a third time before noon.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I would say that I can just tell from the way that you're answering this, from the way that you're coming to this conversation, that you getting a little work done during that time, I just think it would ease your conscience.
Yeah, maybe
I think if there's 15 to 20 minutes a day where you're not either eating or booking a meeting, like that's fine. That's fine for a day off.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you got to keep it moving.
That's fair. I mean, I should say that I don't, because this is my job, I don't really know. You're obviously a professional at many, many things, including sort of adding meals to the day. But like, I don't really know who I'm meeting. I don't really know what a meeting is. I don't really know who I'm booking it with. But I do shout book a meeting a lot. And then I'll put in the diary, I've got a meeting, and then I'll just hope that I bump into someone.
That is what everybody is doing. That is what everybody is doing. If you meet somebody and they tell you that they know what it means to book a meeting, they're lying.
Wow. Is that right? So who are people meeting?
They're not. They're just booking them. They're writing it in the diary. And then most people, they just like go to brunch and then they like, maybe run into somebody.
Yeah.
But not necessarily the person whose name they wrote down.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it because I feel like a lot of these work words that people they like have a review or a report or whatever, and I think what's in there? What do you put in there?
Oh, I've never actually personally been allowed into an office building. But I do think what I expect is like you go in, then there's kind of like a car wash situation before you're allowed to sit down. You want to make sure that you're clean. You got all outside smells off of you. Okay. I think that's
so they brush you with those big, because that's one of the best bits. The big brushes that go round and round, and they do that to you. You're not in a car. They just brush you.
Yeah, and again, I say I've never been allowed in, but I have looked it through a couple of windows, and I do see people walking as though they're about to be brushed. I feel
okay because I mean you've tried to get in, haven't you? I've seen you. I'm sure I've seen you try to get into offices. Yeah.
Have you? And actually, when I've seen you there, have you gone all the way in or?
No. They normally say, "Why are you here? Put that pot plant down." Those sort of things. Yeah. That's the emergency exit. I normally get told off and then removed by someone quite big. Yeah. That's
also been my experience.
Yeah.
And a couple of times I have I've done some things brought a pizza, and then they'll say things like, that's not a whole pizza. That can't be for delivery. There's only a couple pieces left.
Right.
And I said, yeah.
That's smart, though. Yeah.
But they're the pieces with the most crust because I don't like those. So, and I know some people do. I've heard, some people, they call the pizza crust the bones of the pizza.
Wow.
And we wouldn't eat them. We wouldn't eat them if our lives depended on it. But some people are eating other people's. So I'm just trying to get those. I'm trying to get those to the office, the people in the offices that want them.
Yeah, I just have to hang on before because I need to talk to you more about this office thing. But if those are the pizza bones, I'm just trying to think about a pizza skeleton and how that works, because that's really like as an animal.
Those are bicycle wheels.
Yeah, that doesn't how does that survive in the wild?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously. Lowest rung on the food ladder.
Because it gets caught and then cooked and delivered. Yeah.
And often, So
wow, poor pizzas. What a life. What a short life. Wow. Well,
that being said, I will just say that pizza is an ideal begrunch crunch food.
Oh sure.
If you just sprinkle a little bit of eggs on top. And that's that kind of tips it towards the morning scale. Otherwise, pizza, afternoon food, generally, unless it's cold, then first thing in the morning. Yeah. Warm pizza with eggs sprinkled on top, begrunch crunch.
Is that the secret? Is if you sprinkle egg on top of anything, does it become a breakfast food? Or
if it's cooked egg,
noon food, cooked egg.
Right. If it's cooked egg, if it's uncooked egg, and then it's it's whipped, then it's a dessert.
Right. Okay. What if it's uncooked egg just thrown at a wall, just thrown at someone?
Then it's like something you do to be naughty.
Oh, okay. Wow, eggs are really versatile, right?
Yeah. Yeah, really. One of the most versatile things that comes out of a butt.
Yeah, I mean, chickens have really done that well, haven't they? There's really not many other animals that have done that well on the useful things that come out of a butt. I'm sure you probably noticed, but wombats, people know, everyone knows, wombats do poos in cubes.
No,
they do, right? So they can build a little, they poo Lego, right? They poo little butt Lego, and they can just build a little castle out of it.
Okay, so eggs are the second most useful things that.
Well, no, but you can't eat. You can't. Well, you probably could.
You can eat anything once.
You don't want to eat a wombat poop cube. Yeah.
A wombat poop cube is my it's my email address. Wombat poop cube at gmail.com.
Wow. That's
in case you have any questions for me specifically, you can send them there. Don't.
It's a great email address, though.
I was one of the ones I made to try to get into an office.
Right.
I was like, surely with the email address this professional, they'll let me in this time.
Did it work? It did. No, it didn't.
No,
it didn't work.
never once.
Never once
Have I been let in.
Have you tried that? Hey, look over there. Have you tried that? And then when they're looking over there, you run in.
Well, I guess not in so many words. I always say, look at that big bird.
That's good.
But I guess, hey, because what I was taught is like the more specific, the better.
Oh, that's
so
good.
That's why I'm saying big bird. If it were just like a regular bird, nobody's really looking. Not that many people are looking when you say there's a bird.
That's true. Yeah, that is. Well, poor birds. Yeah,
but like honestly, the people do look when you say look at that big bird, especially if you're indoors and you're like, and you really sell it, but they are only looking for like 1 second max because you already said the bird is big. If they aren't seeing it right away, they're looking back at you like, what the heck?
Yeah. That's, I mean, wow, that's hard, isn't it? It's really hard to get into these offices. I mean, I feel like there's got to be a way one day. There's things I haven't tried. I haven't tried like sort of going in through a window. Like I always try and go through the main entrance, but maybe I should be trying to go in through the back or through the I don't know.
That's very good actually. I hadn't thought about that either. I always thought like, hide in plain sight. That's what people are always.
Yes, that's good. Yeah.
So you're like, oh, through the front door. If people are going through the front door, I'm going to go through the front door. Forwards, and I keep reminding myself, go walk forwards through it because I do have a habit of walking backwards, sideways through the door.
Oh, I see. But then that's crabs are pretty businessy, so I feel like
they wear ties literally every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like that makes sense. If I had an office and a crab came in, I'd just assume they worked there. They had some high managerial position.
That's true.
Yeah.
And once again, I wasn't even maybe so. I mean, I've been trying to like fit in with the people going into the office, and I haven't really thought. Sometimes I think I don't give myself enough credit. There's not enough confidence coming with my original impulse. So when I'm trying to get into an office, I think, Abby, don't go in backwards, don't go in sideways. But really, what I should be doing is like trust yourself. Trust yourself. Go in like a crab. Go in like a business crab. Business crabsual.
Business. I mean, this is such good advice. I mean, already, you've made our days much better with the brunch. I hope I'm saying that right. And then going like a business crab, I think should be a motto. Wombat poop cube, going like a business crab. These are all the kind of mottos that these offices need on mugs, need on t-shirts,
kitten posters.
Yes.
Posters with kittens on it.
Poster the kitten saying, go in like an office crab.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff we need.
Yeah. I think so.
It's a lot. I mean, you're very inspirational, I have to say, and I'm very glad you had time to come on this show. I do have to actually, I've got to ask you some questions in a minute, but what do you think is in an office? I suppose that's because I've been trying to think about it. It's called an of ice.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just really cold? Is there? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a question. Of is what is of,
right,
okay. And really, of all of the little short words, of kind of the hardest to describe, kind of the hardest. So it's kind of like if you just think about it, like what of is. And then it's a philosophical question.
Wow, that's really deep.
That I really, that's what I'm trying to get into an office to really like find out. But I don't know. It's like, honestly, it's like for me personally, it's as though they have like a real live sphinx or mythological creature of other kind guarding the door of an office. And I haven't been able to get past yet. So
that's really hard. I wonder if now you've said it like that, I wonder if it's a spiritual thing, and I wonder if excuse me, I just burped on the. I said spiritual thing, and it's like I released energies there that I didn't mean to. I'm very sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, just sometimes
used to
that
it.
happens. Yeah, of course. Yeah, when you add an extra meal in the day, there's going to be extra burps, and that's just how. How it works. I was wondering if lots of people are about which is another. I worry we're going to go on a tangent here, and I've got questions to ask you. But I hear people talk about well-being, and I always think, well, a well-being is like a troll or a goblin that lives in a well, and I'd be quite scared of any creature that lived in a well.
Right.
So I don't want to be a well-being really. But I wonder if like what of is maybe it's like the real office is inside yourself.
Well, that's interesting, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thought. I think it's an interesting thought, but I would say that you do have to kind of like think about that, whether what of is inside. When you also think about an oven, you know, because they are related. I think an office and an oven, because they're both dealing with like this like existential question of what is of and what in of.
What in of, yeah. Yeah, and you don't have an oven inside yourself unless you're a chicken.
That's true. But although there are a lot of people
eggs,
that are referring to, they got it. Wow. I guess if the egg is coming out cooked, then they do have an oven.
Then they do have an oven. Yeah, that was where I went wrong. Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
But some might be, you know.
True.
Coming out. Like, I have not cracked every single egg myself. Can I tell you something that actually happened to me today?
Yes.
I was hard boiling some eggs for brunch, and I was like, I don't have time to go out today. I did yell out, I'm calling a meeting on you. Yeah. When I said it, I'm still working on like the specific lingo of that.
Sounded good.
But I hard boiled 6 eggs, and then when I put them in, one of them was like made like a squeaking noise, and like it was like it was not because there was a chicken inside of it. It was just that there was like air coming out, like there was like a little hole in the egg. That was the truth.
Okay.
But I was so concerned that there was a like little chicken inside of the egg, which is not actually how eggs work. They're like when you buy them at the grocery store, they're like generally unfertilized eggs. There's no way a chicken could be inside. But I was so worried. I kept taking this egg out because it was making this little tweet sound from the air coming out of the egg. And I fished it out of the thing like a few times and kind of like shook it next to me. But every time I took it out of the water, it stopped. And then I opened the eggs and everything was fine.
Wow.
I was really concerned that something had gone horribly wrong.
Yeah. That's very scary. I mean, did you also consider, because the other thing that makes that sort of noise is like a bouncy castle when it's being deflated.
Yes.
Had you accidentally got a bouncy egg?
Yeah. Well, I did try.
Yeah.
I threw it. I didn't even throw it at the ground because I was like, what if it's a chicken inside? That wouldn't be nice. But I did just sort of softly drop it, see if there was any bounce or any chicken.
Yeah.
No bounce, no chicken was the answer. There was just a tiny hole that was making a sound when I put it in the water.
Musical egg?
Yeah. But you know, it also encouraged me that I do still have a heart, you know? There was no way. Yeah. There was no way I was going to let any accidental baby chickens that were in my fridge get put in the water on my watch accidentally.
I love it. And I think, you know, as yet again, why these buildings won't let you in when you're the sort of person that would save a baby chick at the last second.
Absolutely, I am. And I'll tell you what, if any single one of those office workers were in my egg too, I would do the same for them.
Yeah. Wow.
Including the big guys that often end up throwing me out. I would save them from any egg they were trapped inside that I was about to eat for breakfast.
Has to be a big egg. Yeah. Has to be a really big egg.
Yeah.
Or they can really squish themselves small. Wow. Well, listen, Abby, thank you again. You know, as I said, I'm very grateful that you have time to be on here. I know you're very, very busy trying to get into offices. But I do have a question that I really need your help to answer. And before that, which you know, you've been a guest before, but I've got 2 legally binding admin questions that I do have to ask first. It's just a thing we have to do for, you know, for I don't really know what legal means, but I say it a lot, and then that means it's true. So, So the first of these is, I think you're aware that this podcast is listened to by people of every possible age you can imagine. 3, 406, the medieval ages, bronze ages, ice ages, minus 26, like whatever, just any.
What about like just like ages, like it like took a long time? People that long?
Yeah,
wow.
People just like they really because they don't know how to press play on the podcast, and then they're just
Wow.
looking at it, and then they're wondering why it's taking so long, and then when they listen, they're really angry because they've waited
Wow.
so long for this, and they're like, "Wow,
Yeah.
was that it?"
Yeah, and the chicken wasn't even in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just actually a normal egg.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty
So
That's pretty
you've got to
disappointing.
think about those people. This podcast is,
and I
also
do.
for them.
And
Yeah.
I do think about them.
Yeah, of course you do, because you're that kind of kind-hearted person
Yeah.
that cares about the people
Yeah.
who couldn't work out how to press play. Why is there a triangle?
Yeah.
Is it a nacho? No, it's a button. Anyway, so that's those people as well. But I just wanted to check, because of that, because it's suitable for everyone. Are there any rude words you won't be saying during this show to keep it safe?
Yeah, there are some. It's a little tricky because, do you want to guess what it is? Because I won't be saying it. So
Sure.
I won't be saying it.
Well,
I will not be saying it. You can, and
Okay.
that's fine. It's your podcast.
okay.
But I won't be saying it.
Right, but if I don't know what it is, how do I know you're not
Yeah.
saying it?
Well, I'll say for one thing for sure, it's not but, because I already said that.
You did already say about
I already said but, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. But
Yeah, that's fine. But I think it's okay
Yeah.
because it's we have to. Sometimes you have to say but, right?
yeah,
So-
well, obviously,
Yeah.
like
Whereas you wouldn't have to say but weasel, or was that it? That was it, right? Okay. Well, but now we know.
oh my god,
Now we know it's but weasel.
are you gonna bleep that out?
Well,
oh my
no,
god,
Because I think it's important for the listener to know that you're not going to say butt weasel. So
Oh my God.
I've got to state it like, well, that's I've got to not. You've just got
don't
to.
say it again. Don't.
I
say
won't.
It
I
again.
won't say it. But
Wait, what? What won't you say again?
I won't say butt weasel. But because I wouldn't dare say such a word like that on this show.
You said it 4 times.
I
I'm
d-
not even gonna say it once.
You're not going to say what ones?
But weasel.
Ah,
Oh
you did it. You did it. But-
wow, that's fun to say.
It's
Oh,
very fun
no.
to say, but I mean, that's the thing is it rude or is it just so fun that if you say it, you won't be saying anything else for the whole podcast?
Can I tell you another real story that happened?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, I used to run a summer camp for kids.
Right.
And I used to give them pretzels. You guys know about pretzels in the United Kingdom?
Yeah, they're like doughy number 8s or doughy, not quite number 8s,
Kind of.
like a kind of
You know
twisty.
what they look like. They're
Yeah.
they're twisty. And these ones were like they're very popular snack in the United States of America, and they're just like little hard pretzels. And what I realized is if you turn them upside down from the way that they're generally illustrated, they do in fact look like a butt.
No.
And so I was like, this is so funny. And I taught these kids whose parents paid me to care for them every day to call them butzels.
Wow.
And we were like, we thought it was so funny to call these pretzels butzels because and the reason we thought it was so funny is because it is so funny.
Yeah, it is. It's very
It's
funny.
so funny to call pretzels butzels. It's so funny that if you turn them over, they look like a butt.
Yes.
Absolutely hilarious. I'll have you know. Parents did complain. Parents did
Wow,
complain
what
that their
losers.
kids
No.
would keep calling them butzels. And what was I supposed to do? They said, "Did some kid come up with this?" And I said, "Yeah."
Wow.
I
you
said some
blamed
kid
it on
came
a
up with it,
kid.
and I said I didn't. I'm not a total wimp. I said I personally do think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, good.
I think it's a
I'm
pretty
glad you-
funny thing that kid came up with.
Well done.
But yeah, obviously it wasn't me. I'm an adult.
That's,
I said.
Yeah, well, I see. I don't know because I
Do you think that those parents of those ages listen to this podcast? Because I'm screwed.
Well, yeah, I think they're already writing a complaint. They're already shutting this podcast down. But they
gosh.
know now you're not going to say it. So I think it's okay. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I've got 2 very quick things I need to say about your story, which I can't believe you blamed on a kid. But firstly, right?
I didn't blame it on a specific kid.
I was going to say.
I just said I just didn't take credit for it, which is actually, I mean,
was
amazing.
Steve.
It's an amazing, hilarious thing to not take credit for. Wow,
Sure.
how big of me, actually.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because it's very funny. And in
Yeah.
fact, you empowered kids. You're like, these kids are so smart.
Yeah.
They came up with
Kids
it. That's
are
fair.
kids are
Okay.
geniuses, is what I said.
Well, I was going to say, I've got two quick things I have to say. One is that I think that heart shapes look like bums upside down, and that's why
Yeah.
Valentine's Day just looks like a series. Everything people sell has just got butts on it, but upside down.
Yep.
And
Butts.
number two is
Upside down butts.
if pizza dough is the bones, are pretzels like all bones?
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
Wow. Okay.
And so imagine what kind of critter that would look like if it had some flesh on it.
It's really weird.
I do also have to say, for real, I didn't make up pizza bones. I read that somewhere and I thought it was great.
That's
But
fair.
I did make up. I gotta say,
Who
I
did
made
it? Was
up
it a kid at the
puzzles.
camp who did it?
I won't be telling you who did it.
Okay.
I won't be telling you who did it. I just won't be taking credit for it. But I am here to proudly proclaim
Yeah.
Butzels is my work.
Well, thank you. I thank you for that. I feel like we've been let into a secret, and I think you should be proud of Butzels. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
And
Oh man! So if the Butzel then though was the bones, and then it was covered with flesh, surely then it is a
it
butt.
just looks like a butt running around in the
Wow!
wild. Yeah.
Wow, that's what you were saying. And was I really here to listen to you? No. Wow.
That's okay.
And I apologize.
That's all right. Are you?
Oh
You were remembering a past
just
regret,
really-
and now you're taking credit for something you should take credit. It's a big moment in life, and I
Yeah,
respect
thank
that.
you.
And all the while, we're reminding people you won't be saying butt weasel, and neither will I. So,
And I'm not even gonna say that even one more time. I'm not gonna say butt weasel.
but it's okay. We know you won't anymore. So that's it. So thank you. Listen, the other question I've got to ask you is. This is hard, Abby, and I hope you're going to be all right with this question, but it's tricky. See how you deal with it.
Okay.
Would you rather that every time you entered a room, everyone stopped talking, stopped playing the piano, and they all looked at you with worried faces? Or
no.
instead of legs, you just had one large bouncy spring as your lower body?
One bouncy spring.
Really? That was quick.
Bouncy spring. Yeah. I actually recently read a book about someone who was a cowboy and was really sad to lose both his legs because it's hard to ride a horse then. And I thought I could do with one bouncy spring instead. That's the kind of
Wow.
life I lead. Yeah, I don't ride a lot of horses. Most of the things that I do enjoy doing are in a sitting, leaning, or like down spring position.
Okay.
So I think actually the spring thing for me could be quite fun. And the worried faces, I really like it when somebody listens to me, especially if I'm like upset about something. I like to talk to somebody about it. And what I hate is if they have a worried face on while I'm doing it. And then I can't worry about myself enough. Then I start worrying about them being worried about me.
Yeah.
And I can't get my feeling out.
Yeah, that's.
But if they are looking at me just with you're gonna get this figured out, I'm not worried about you at all face, even if I have just a spring instead of like a lower body, I think I am gonna be able to figure out my feelings.
Would there be a worry if you had the spring as the lower body? Would people look at you like, she's going to bounce everywhere and smash everything up?
So maybe they would still be looking at me
I'm
worried.
just wondering if they would still be a bit worried. I mean, probably
They
not
might
after
be at
getting to know
first.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they trust that you hopefully would know how to spring professionally.
Yeah, I think once they hang out with me for a while, they see that I'm not just like the kind of person that's saying boat weasel all the time.
Oh, no, come on. Come on.
That was the last time,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
That's all right. That's okay. We'll we can. I'm sure the listeners can forgive you. I burped earlier, so I think they'll let you off an extra.
I'm really
an
sorry
extra
about
butt
it.
weasel. I'm sorry.
Oh
sorry.
my
It's
God.
very hard. It's very hard when you have to describe what's happening. So I think you came to the spring decision very quickly, which I admire.
Yeah.
I admire. I do keep thinking about that poor cowboy who, because probably, that's tricky. He couldn't ride a horse. He could have had a spring. And I wonder also, cowboys are exactly the sort of people that would walk into a bar or a saloon and
Yeah.
people would stop playing the piano and look at them quite worried. So
Oh, that's
he
really
was already
true,
going
isn't
through
it?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really friendly guy,
Oh, good.
cowboy. But he was also like he meant business if he meant business. So people depending on whether or not they thought he was going to be friendly or they had done something
Yeah.
that he didn't like, they were going to get a worried face or they were going to keep playing piano. I don't know. But it is exactly actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also a scene from the book that I was reading.
Wow. How weird.
Wow.
I didn't know that. And I just, yeah. Interesting. It was just.
I have
there
been
in our
telling a
legal
lot of
text,
people
yeah.
though, so like maybe you heard it on another podcast.
Yeah, well, this is part of our legal text that I have to ask. I wonder if you told someone near one of the offices you tried to get in, someone in that office typed it up as a legal thing and then sent it through various anonymous sources to him.
I probably didn't tell them, but I maybe was reading it on the premises.
Right. Sure.
Because when I'm trying to get into the office, I'm trying to look professional. I'm trying to look.
Yeah,
I'm not
so you're reading a book.
Talking about what I'm reading, but I'm reading a book. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's interesting. And yeah,
it was it was 855 pages, this book too. So I had to take it a lot of places with me. Yeah.
That's a lot. But one of those pages will be like this book's dedicated to Big
but
Graham,
that actually,
right?
I think in this book, those came before.
Wow.
Before the pages started counting. Yeah.
Sneaky. Because sometimes I think like when a film is this film is 4 hours long, I think, well, at least the credits are 10
minus
minutes.
10. Minus 10. Yeah.
I get that time back. Yeah. And then like if a book's 850 pages, I think at least 5 pages will be that little bit at the end and a little bit at the beginning. But
well, that's true though, that sometimes like the chapter will end and then there's like a whole, almost a whole blank page right below it. And that feels like a real win.
Yeah.
Like how excited, I get to turn a page again already.
Yeah.
That's how that feels.
Bonus. It just feels like bonus time. I get excited by that.
Yeah. And some books only start chapters on the one side of the page.
Yeah. Idiots. Idiots. Absolute idiots.
You can fly through those ones.
Yeah, easy. It's not even a book. It's like a document.
Yeah.
It's like a poster.
Yeah. As a pamphlet.
Yeah, there's absolutely a pamphlet. That's right. It's a menu.
Yeah.
It's a menu.
Yeah. And some of those menus these days are really packing it in, actually.
Really are. Yeah, there's not
really high word count.
Yeah, there's not a lot to order.
I say if you're going to give me a menu, there better be pictures on it.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And also, I worry that that book you were talking about. I suppose it wasn't a menu because it was too many pages. But I worry I would pick up a menu and say I'd like to order a sad cowboy, and they'll be like, "Oh no, I didn't," and I can't just eat that for a crunch because it's too much, and then.
Right. That is also a thing because despite the fact that I have invented a meal that you could quite easily eat in a restaurant if they knew about it, I too have never been allowed in a restaurant, along with offices.
Sure.
But I think restaurants, easy to imagine what that's like because I have eaten a lot of food at tables, under tables, beside tables, on couches sometimes if that's not a rule in the house.
Well, here's the thing as well is like offices that people are hidden in their little offices. So when you look at the front door, you can see maybe the reception. You can see, but restaurants. I've looked in a lot of those windows.
Yeah,
I can see
me too.
a lot of those people how they're eating. So I've got a good idea of it, even though I've not. Even though I can't.
Yeah, only thing, the real thing is you can't hear them ordering off the menu.
Yeah.
And that's, except, there's some outdoor seating. I live in Copenhagen. There's some outdoor seating in the summer, but then they're speaking Danish, which is a real issue.
Yes. It's very selfish of them.
For understanding if they're ordering cowboys, what are they talking about,
Really selfish of them. Why'd they do that? That's really...
Yeah.
Really rude. Well, listen, I thank you for answering those questions, Abby. That was great. You really got through them, and I really appreciate you taking them very seriously. I've got this big question. This is the big question. This is why I needed you here. This has been sent in by Sasha, aged 9, and I should say they've got a very cool name because it's spelled SASA, but the second S has got a little hat on it, or a little eyebrow, or a little crown. And so it's Sasha, and that's I want a little crown on my letters. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's
cool.
Always something that I thought would be a cool thing to have.
Yeah, you could be like Ashby, Abshi. I don't know.
Yeah. I could if I want.
Yeah, I could be Cherishnage. I'd like it.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, it would be. Sasha's got this covered, so I feel like any question coming from Sasha, it's got some sort of gravity, some sort of weight to it, because Sasha clearly knows what they're doing. Sasha is 9. I don't know 9 what. Might be minutes, might be days, might be years. We can't tell. Decades. Could be 9 decades.
Any age possible.
Any age possible, absolutely any age possible. But they have asked, Abby, this is big.
Yeah.
They have asked, how do you capture a snortalflax?
Yeah. Listen, I think this is a really good question because I think what Sasha is getting at here is that it's like it's an ethical question because obviously snortalflaxes are only available to catch because they only appear in their sleep. It's the only time that they materialize in a way that we can see them. That means that catching one means you have to do it when the snortalflax is unconscious. Right. And whenever I am capturing an animal, I just think it's really important that that animal know what's happening to them, and that they're safe and they know that I am a friend. And when they're sleeping, that is hard to do. So it's less about the capture method, which is obviously kind of your standard glass on top, paper underneath, but as a snortalflax is about half the size of any given human that can see it. Yeah. It's a big glass and it's a big paper and maybe actually cardboard because of the weight. So glass on top, paper underneath. What's really important here, though, is the place that you transport them to has to be cozy enough, bedroom-like, so that when they awake, they're not startled. They don't feel scared. They are like in surroundings where you've perhaps written them a little note, as you might do for like the tooth fairy or something. Right. And so that they just like know what's going on, why they've been moved. That's really important. If you've moved them, for instance, because like they were sleeping in your bed and you had to go to sleep, or like if you moved them because they were laying on a place that needed to be painted and then they would have just been painted on. You write them a note and you tell them like where a little snack is for them. And then you just like allow them, and make sure that they know like where the nearest bus route is, so that they can get back to wherever they're going. That's what I think is the most important thing about capturing a snortalflax.
Wow. Abby, that was amazing. I mean, have you done this often?
Captured snortalflaxes? Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, when you don't have any office to go to, no restaurants you're allowed in, when like a creature appears that is only visible when it's asleep and it's in a situation that it needs to be moved, I have the time and I have the resources to help them.
Yeah. And I guess if it's,
and so I do.
When it's asleep, it's in the evening. You're not doing crunch crunches because it's the evening time. I mean, I suppose a very important question would be, what are you doing with them once you've caught them? Why are you catching them?
I usually put them, I have like, I have a pretty big L-shaped couch. Often I'm moving them down there. But if it's nice outside, I have, there's a really like nice little park nearby. I like to put them on a blanket under a tree, that's nice. With a little snack. And like, as I said, a subway map or a bus map so that because if you're moving them while they're asleep, it's your responsibility, I'd say, to make sure that they know how to get where they're going next.
I mean, I still, and I think that's really lovely, and I really respect your professionalism and your expertise at this. But why aren't you just leaving them alone? Why, if you're just going to then put them somewhere else asleep? Why are you capturing them in the first place? Well,
because you do have a lot of time if you're not allowed in an office or a restaurant. Is one thing, but as I said, if I'm only moving them, should they be in a place where it's really not safe or convenient for them?
Okay. So this is like a rescue. Right. I got it. Yes, sorry, you did say that. And I think I misinterpreted, because I think in my head a lot of the time when you use the word capture rather than rescue, my worry is you're going to tuck them up really nicely, but then you will still eat them for crunch, or
I am betraying my political sympathies here a little bit, because the truth is I would never capture. But absolutely rescue and
right, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, good.
Sort of habitat. Nice. I would rehabitat them.
That's nice. That's nice, because there aren't enough snortalflaxes out in the world anymore, and I think you're doing a very good thing.
Either that, or they're not falling asleep as often.
Good. Maybe just awake and alert and terrified, and in offices possibly. Who knows? Working all the time.
Oh my God! Do you think? do you think they're in the offices?
Could be that they're just overworked and they're not getting enough sleep. And, you know, maybe when they are sleeping, they're sleeping at their desks. You can't see them because you're not allowed in.
Wow. Do you think they're not letting me into offices because of the way that I move around snortalflaxes? But why are the snortalflaxes then falling asleep at my house? Like, why are they around? Like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's something really fishy going on here, but I do know that you're the right person to ask that question because I've never caught a snortalflax. I've not even seen one.
Oh, not even one time?
No, not even one time. No. I think I saw. Well, I thought I saw one. I thought I saw one asleep on a bench, and then it was an old pillow. It was an old pillow that had been left there that someone had spilt bolognese on, and I didn't.
Yeah, they do look a lot like a bolognese pillow.
Yeah,
if you've seen one of those before, you can pretty easily picture a snortalflax.
Okay, so but I haven't really.
You're on the right track.
Thank you. Oh, great,
absolutely.
Great. Because maybe I need a hobby too. If I'm not, I can't get into these places. I am.
Well, it has happened to me.
Yeah.
It has happened to me that I've seen a snortalflax and confused it with a pillow with bolognese on it.
Right. Sure. So it can. Yeah.
It really could go either way.
It's very hard. Very hard. I mean, no wonder Sasha. I think that's probably what Sasha's been doing. She's been capturing a lot of pillows covered in bolognese. Hasn't caught an actual snortalflax. She will now. She will now. You've inspired her, I'm sure. Yeah. So thank you.
Oh yeah, and maybe what she's really saying is, maybe like Sasha, you are only gonna see them. They are only able to be caught if they're asleep. So if you're trying to catch them when they're awake, of course you're gonna have problems.
Yeah,
you cannot see them unless you're in an office. Apparently, I don't know. I've never been in one.
Sorry, can I just check? Is Sasha meant to be asleep at the same time?
Wow, that's a really good question. I guess let me try to think back all the time. No, I've always been awake. I've been awake. Snortalflax.
Okay,
asleep.
Good. It's good. No, I just wanted to double check because I think it's important that we get this. We get the right message out there. Listen, Abby, that was fantastic. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I really, we rarely get answers that are that detailed. And I think, I'm pretty sure that once this podcast goes out, that Sasha will be catching snortalflaxes left, right, and centre. And I hope that she is rescuing them and not capturing them for their fur or their flesh or their bolognese.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, I think, too, like is a time when fur jackets that look like you've spilled bolognese on them have been quite popular, and that could come back at any moment. But I think it's important not to use snortalflax for that.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Don't use snortalflax for your bolognese. Just make it. I mean, it's tomatoes and it's not.
And then pour it on your own jacket.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really.
Come on.
It's not really that hard. It's probably easier than catching a snortalflax.
Yeah.
People are so lazy. Wow. What can I say? Thank you, Abby. Thanks so much for your time. I've got to ask, what have you got coming up in the next 327 years? Anything exciting?
I'm going to go to Australia for the first time. I heard they got kangaroos there.
Oh, wow.
So
exciting.
My big plane is to see one. I'm not going to try to catch it.
Okay. That's good. Because I think they're quite tough to catch.
Yeah.
They box really well, don't they, apparently? So you just...
I'm going to see about that.
You're going to see if you can box a kangaroo?
I'm going to see if it can box.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll do it back.
Sure, right. Okay, sure. That's fair. You see if it can box someone else.
Or anything, or I'll hold up a target. I don't know. I haven't thought about it that much. I just really have decided it's a goal of mine.
Take it to an office reception. While it's boxing things, you run in.
Yes. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Good luck with that. That's fantastic. And thank you again. It's so nice to have you on the show. And thank you for, good luck with Crunch. Good luck with getting in a restaurant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tiernan. I loved today.
Thanks so much to Abby Waumbaugh for having the time to answer Sasha's question in between all of her attempts to get into an office. Sasha, I do hope you liked your answer, but if not, why not send any complaints you have to an office, and then neither me or Abby will be able to get inside and we'll never have to see them. If you have a question that you need to have answered, or in fact anything else at all, please get your nearest drooling nashgab, grown up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. You can also always give the show a nice review on Apple Podcasts or Castbox, and you can always reply to any episode on the Spotify Q&A too. And I see all of that stuff. Please also check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk for all of our live shows. We've got absolutely loads of them coming up. And as I mentioned earlier, if you live in the UK or Ireland, please do check out Duck and Frog on CBBC and iPlayer. It is so stupid in the very best way. And just for you, I've got the best Spot the Difference yet. Are you ready? Okay, spot the difference. I'll give you a few seconds. Have you got it? Have you? Yes, that's right. The first time was me making the sound of stampeding elephants running through Comedy Club for Kids HQ, destroying everything, using a series of different instruments. And the second time, well, a group of stampeding elephants did run through Comedy Club for Kids HQ, and they've destroyed everything. Yeah, actually, it was really terrible. Everything is completely ruined.
Do you want some help cleaning up?
No! Bye! You have been listening to
Comedy Club for Kids presents.
Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! It's the end.